Now at 10, Missouri Southern will host the Joplin City Council meeting after a standing room only meeting in January. Plus, authorities drop criminal charges against a former city employee at the Carthage golf course. And a Carthage woman beats the odds after surviving a series of medical emergencies.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Joplin City Council will meet tomorrow night at Missouri Southern to vote on a controversial data center project. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. That meeting was moved to accommodate larger crowds after January's packed session where the council voted to annex and rezone 540 acres of the Wildwood Ranch property. That's at the intersection of Central City West and West 20th Street. It was to the dismay of a lot of residents. The meeting begins at 6 p.m. at MSSU's Corley Auditorium. Well, we've enjoyed another windy but nice day out there. Let's check in with meteorologist Austin Stantz.
Yeah, thanks, Dow. It was breezy. It's going to get breezier. We'll talk about it here in just a minute, but mild temperatures throughout tonight. Even as we head into the overnight hours, temperatures still in the low 50s. Cloud cover going to keep us fairly mild overnight, blanketing us, containing some of that warmer air that we saw today. Becoming mostly cloudy by the time you're headed out the door tomorrow. A few patches of sunshine possible out there, but as I mentioned, it was breezy today, but it's only going to get windier as we head into tomorrow. We're talking about winds anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour as we head into the early morning hours of your Tuesday. By Tuesday afternoon, an isolated gust of around 50 miles per hour cannot be ruled out there. Headed out the door tomorrow morning, what you can expect, well, hold on to your hat. It's going to be a little windy out there, but temperatures making their way back into the 70s. But there is a lot to talk about in the forecast because even with some minor changes, they're going to have big effects. We're going to break it all down in my full forecast coming up.
All right, we'll catch you then. A former city employee at the Carthage golf course is no longer facing criminal charges. Mark Peterson was accused of stealing more than $140,000 from city funds. An audit had determined the money was missing, and investigators had questions about how money was handled at the Carthage golf course, where Peterson was the longtime manager. The state attorney general's office charged him with felony stealing and money laundering, but has now filed a dismissal in that case. Peterson's attorney says, quote, "This case highlights the dangerous circumstances when data may be manipulated to arrive at the conclusion desired." He adds that the legal team sifted through terabytes of data to demonstrate Peterson's innocence. The charges still could be refiled at a later time. The FBI is searching for a Southwest Missouri man accused of running a massive cattle fraud scheme. The U.S. Attorney's Office filed federal charges against Joshua Robert Link of Strafford, Missouri. Prosecutors say it was a $220 million scam, victimized more than 2,200 people nationwide. Link and 4 others allegedly promised investors they would buy specific cattle, raise them, and sell the meat for profit through their company, Agridime. Instead, authorities say they used new investor money to pay earlier investors and personal expenses. The other defendants have been arrested. A Carl Junction police officer has died. A statement from the Carl Junction Police Department says Officer John Todd Gaines appeared to suffer a medical emergency at his home shortly after his shift ended early Monday morning. Officer Gaines worked at Carl Junction since July of 2024. The list of agencies and police departments extending their condolences continues to grow. There is no word yet on services. As we mark Heart Month, doctors are reminding people to recognize the signs of a heart attack. One Jasper County nurse knows just how critical that can be. She survived what doctors call a widowmaker. Tonight, she's sharing her story of survival. KOAM's Blake Gully has more.
I do believe that I'm a miracle.
Doctors call it a widowmaker, a massive heart attack that often leaves little chance for survival. For this longtime nurse, it became the fight of her life.
I knew I was having a heart attack. And I told my husband, I said, I am having a heart attack. I know I am. I've seen this in my experience as a nurse.
For more than 40 years, she's cared for patients in their most critical moments. But this time, she wasn't the caregiver, she was the patient. After arriving at the hospital, she was rushed into surgery, her next memory waking up days later in the ICU, surrounded by family.
The Freeman cardiac staff did CPR on me for over 60 minutes. And why they didn't give up on me, I don't know. I'm glad they didn't.
An hour of CPR.
Most people with her type of a heart attack don't make it to the hospital.
Dr. Bang believes what saved her life in the hospital is one thing. What protects it now is change.
Watch your diet. What you eat goes straight to the heart most times. Regular physical exercise. Physical exercise doesn't prevent heart attacks. It just gives your body the ability to fight it and survive it.
After surviving what many don't, she says she feels a responsibility to speak up.
Especially this being February Heart Month, I encourage people to get out there and get trained in CPR course. If first aid or your EMT doesn't get there soon enough, you may have to step in and start doing CPR.
Annette says she's grateful for every day and hopes her story helps save someone else's life. In Joplin, Blake Gully, KOAM News.
Well, we certainly wish her well and thank her for sharing her story. Dr. Bang says acting quickly and calling 911 can make all the difference during a heart attack. Coming up, age and structural issues forced the Southeast School District to close the doors on a century-old building. Plus, new pennies might be a thing of the past, but collectors say keep an eye on the ones you have. The Southeast School District is moving forward with plans following the decision to close a century-old building. Tonight's USD 247 work session comes after the school board voted to close the main building at Southeast Elementary School due to water damage, mold problems, and various structural issues. Repairs would have cost the district at least $750,000. The question now, grade level changes for the next school year. The preferred option keeps pre-K through second grade at the elementary school in Weir, and then 3rd through 8th would attend class at the current Southeast Middle School. A second plan moves pre-K through 6th to the middle school and shifts 7th and 8th to the high school. The board also discussed options for demolition. No decisions were made tonight. Kansas State University introduces a robot assistant to help hospitality students prepare for the future. The Wabash Cannon Bot operates at Lacey's Fresh Fare and Catering. It delivers food directly to customers after student employees input destinations. The robot is part of a food production management class funded by the USDA to bring advanced technology into the classroom. Students say the robot provides valuable experience with technology they'll encounter in their careers.
When they graduate and they're managing operations, it's not a question of if restaurants and hotels and hospitals are going to use a robot, they're already using them. So we're trying to educate our students to really know how to interact with that robot to really serve the guest, because that's ultimately what it's all about, is serving the guest.
Despite Wabash Cannon Bot even playing the school fight song, reactions from customers have been kind of mixed. Some smile at the robot, while others say they prefer human servers. With the penny officially out of production now, the discussion continues about its value. Today in Minden Mines, Dave Sorick, a coin collector, presented Common Sense. He spoke about the value of the Lincoln cent. While he believes modern pennies might have some collectible value down the road, they won't have the value the older coins do, like the wheat or Indian cent.
Predominantly, we're talking about coins that are made before 1981. Those are actually copper cents. The cents that have been made since then, 1982 to present, are actually a zinc base with a copper wash, and they really have very little intrinsic value. We're encouraging people to spend those. There are older collectible coins too, like wheat cents in the Lincoln series or Indian cents, and those are highly collectible as well.
Policies vary from business to business on whether they accept pennies or round change up or down, but Sorick says you should check those years before spending that loose change. A little bit later, we're going to look back on the legendary career of actor Robert Duvall.
And strong southerly winds keep spring-like temperatures around in the forecast, but a cool down is not too far in the distant future. We're going to break it all down coming up.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
Well, we have some minor forecast changes ahead, but they're going to have some pretty big effects. Let's talk about some of them. We see some cloud cover beginning to move in now. We have a cold front off to our west. As that continues to push east here, that's going to support some of that cloud cover and development, but we also have strong southerly winds bringing in some of that moisture as well. So as that cooler air begins to push east, along with some moisture that's being pulled from the south, we could see opportunity for a very isolated scattered shower tomorrow. I'm confident that you can leave the umbrella at home. Most of us are going to remain dry. Just know that maybe while you're driving, you might run into a brief drizzle or two. But most of us, as I mentioned, staying dry. So mostly cloudy conditions across the area right now. As we head into this evening, it's very mild out there. Taking a look at our Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Cam. If you're going to be driving around this evening, you might even be able to have a window down and get some fresh air right now. Take a look at these temperatures. 10:15 right now. Temperatures 57 in Joplin. Nowata, you're still sitting at 60 degrees out there. 54 in Pittsburgh. Stockton, you're at 56 degrees right now. Taking a look at our wind gust tracker and what we can expect throughout tonight. It was a little breezy today. Those breezy conditions continuing throughout the evening. Notice winds now out of the southwest here, so that's going to help support some of these mild temperatures overnight tonight, but that cloud cover is going to assist as well. Now, as we head into tomorrow morning, notice 30 miles per hour, 35, 36 miles per hour as we head into the afternoon. Into the early evening hours, though, we're into the 40s, near 45 miles per hour. Could see an isolated gust near 50 miles per hour. Winds still out of the southwest, so that is going to help warm us up as we head throughout the day. Check this out. Heading into tomorrow morning, cloud cover begins to move in. Check it out. All of us already in the near the mid 50s by the time we're waking up tomorrow morning. Approaching mid 60s by our lunch hour. A few breaks in the sunshine, in the cloud cover, giving us some sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. I really do anticipate we are going to be in the 70s tomorrow. I'm very confident about that. Our model's being a little shy to get to 70 degrees. You see 68 here in Joplin by 3 o'clock. I'm expecting 71 to 73, right in that range there, depending how much sunshine we see out there. Here's our chance for just an isolated shower or two. We have all that moisture being pulled in. As we head into the evening, another very mild evening heading into Wednesday morning there. We're going to start the day in the low 50s. Plenty of sunshine expected for Wednesday. Now, we are very dry out there, though, so that does enhance a fire risk. So just make sure if you plan on burning anything, try to avoid that for the next 48 hours, or at least call your local fire department and make sure there's no burn bans in place. We actually have a fire weather watch in our far northwestern counties here as we head into the next couple days. That isolated chance of the shower comes from an upper level low off to our north. We're right on the edge of that. We go back into a ridge, though. That's going to keep warm air around as we head into the middle part of the week. Check this out on Wednesday. Still in the 70s, right around 72 degrees. Thursday, 68, 52 on Friday. There's that cold front pushing in for us. Saturday, 49 degrees. That's going to be our next system there. You'll notice those overnight temperatures below freezing. Down. It's been a while since we've said that.
It has been a while, but technically it is still winter, so I guess it's not all that surprising. Still, it's been nice to enjoy these mild temps.
Yeah, I mean, we're only going to be right around average, but it's going to feel like a bit of a shock out there, so keep the coat out.
All right, good idea. Thanks. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about today's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get weather updates sent straight to your phone, no charge. You'll find it in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the KOAM Skywatch weather app. The Great American Flag Swap returned, this time to Roper Honda. Folks had a chance to bring in their old worn-out American flags and get a new flag in exchange. Roper Honda says it's proud to see a high level of patriotism in the community.
We do this because, honestly, people get accustomed to their flag flying, but they don't recognize that it's worn or tattered. And I think it plays a great part in increasing our patriotism, in having good quality flags flying in our homes.
The next Great American Flag Swap is going to be in advance of Memorial Day. We'll keep you posted. Still ahead, the Colgan and Independence basketball teams square off on the court, and a rivalry rematch between the Gorillas and Lions at John Lance Arena. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
We've got a rivalry matchup tonight in Pittsburgh as the Gorillas host the Lions, looking to complete the season sweep. We've got two former Purple Dragons facing off in this one. And we're underway at John Lance Arena. Isaiah Outwater driving on the first possession. It's off the glass, but Tyrone Wright Jr. is there for the slam dunk. Lions score the game's first points. Gorillas down by 4. Donald Coates working right in the paint. He hooks it in for PSU's first points, but the Lions remain in control. Gavin Elkamil pump fakes, gets the defender to bite and lays it in off the glass, 4-2. Now Connor Rogers with the shot fake, passing out to a wide open Hayden Shanks. His triple is nothing but net, and the Gorillas take their first lead of the day. Jaden Taylor looking to respond. His shot is blocked by Ethan Sage into the hands of Elijah Curry. Curry with the Hail Mary to David Corbin Jr., who knocks down the shot through the contact. You can tell it's a rivalry game. The tensions are high on the court, but the Lions still lead by 1. And after the miss, Atwater comes up with the steal, dishing it to Elkamil from downtown. Money. The Lions take down the Gorillas on their home court, 83-75 to split the season series. We'll stay on the hardwood, but move to the high school level, where 2 of our Southeast Kansas schools face off. Staying in Pittsburgh at the Colgan Fieldhouse as the Panthers host Independence on senior night. Second quarter in a tight ball game, Brooklyn Maddox running the point for the Bulldogs, attacking the rim end, finishing with the finger roll. But the second half belonged to the Panthers. Jacayla Davis working around the perimeter, driving and kicking to her twin sister Janessa on the wing, who drains the 3. Very next possession, Colgan working the ball around, swinging it to Mariella Gilmore at the top of the key, and the freshman's triple is nothing but net. And now it's Davis's turn, crossing over and getting to the rim, finishing through the defense with her left hand. She finished with 22 as Colgan dominates on senior night, winning 54-31. The Panthers boys squad looking to complete the doubleheader sweep of Independence. Early first quarter, Bulldogs leading, and this 3 from Kellen Lanning is no good, but Javen Colbert gets the long rebound and fires from deep, connecting on this tray. Next possession, Colbert going down low to Ian Martinez, and the big man goes to work, backing down his defender and scoring, capping off a 10-2 run to start. But here comes Colgan. Jaden Brown gives it up, flashes through Lane, hauling in the pass and scoring the easy layup. He scored the Panthers' first 7 points. Brown now repaying the favor on the inbounds pass, finding Brady Bottega, who gets physical and finishes through contact on the post as Colgan completes the sweep 52-45. Well, now that the 2026 Winter Olympics are over halfway through, let's take a look at the medal leaders in Milan. And here's where we currently stand. Norway with the commanding lead in golds and total medals, with hosting Italy in second place, but the Grand Ole USA is right behind in third with 6 golds and 19 total medals. America has some big events tomorrow with both men's and women's curling teams set to go early in the morning. I want to take it back to that Pitt State matchup. That was a great game. You could tell both teams wanted to win for the pride and their record, and the Lions came in on top to split the series.
All right, well, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose, and we'll see what happens next time.
For sure.
We'll be right back. Legendary actor and director Robert Duvall has died. His family says he passed away at his home in Middleburg, Virginia last night at the age of 95. Jared Hill looks back at his decades-long career.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Robert Duvall's remarkable career spanned decades, punctuated by some of the most memorable roles in movie history.
What happened to your money?
I lost it. After serving in the U.S. Army and graduating from college, Duvall made his film debut as Boo Radley in 1962's To Kill a Mockingbird, a character who was effectively mute.
Thank you, Roger.
Other roles followed, but perhaps none more iconic than Duvall's Oscar-nominated performance as Tom Hagen, the Corleone family consigliere in The Godfather, Parts 1 and 2.
Have anything to say? Say it to Michael.
In Francis Ford Coppola's 1979 masterpiece, Apocalypse Now, Duvall delivered a powerful performance as Lieutenant Colonel Bill Kilgore.
Someday this war's gonna end.
It would be his role as a washed-up country singer in 1983's Tender Mercies that would earn Duvall an Academy Award.
This is very emotional. Can be very well. We walk through that crowd, coming through the front door. I mean, that's very emotional.
At the age of 58, Duvall starred in the CBS miniseries Lonesome Dove, playing a role he called one of his favorites. Almost 10 years later, he wrote, directed, and starred in The Apostle, playing a preacher seeking redemption in Louisiana.
I walk with Jesus. I shout with Jesus.
At 84 years old, Duvall became the oldest Oscar nominee up until that point for his role in The Judge, opposite Robert Downey Jr.
You didn't come to my high school graduation or college.
Why? Jail time. Truancy. I was going to reward anything.
Duvall's fourth wife, whom he married in 2005, says he passed away peacefully at home, surrounded by love and comfort. She released a statement saying, in part, to the world he was an Academy Award-winning actor, a director, a storyteller. To me, he was simply everything. Jared Hill, CBS News.
What a long and remarkable career. I'm sure a lot of fans are going to be looking up Robert Duvall films, revisiting some, or maybe watching some for the first time. The weather looking pretty nice.
Yeah, you know, Dowell, with the temperatures that we're seeing tomorrow, Wednesday, is it too early to dust off the grill and request a station cookout? I don't know. 68 on Thursday. Our next system moves in by the weekend, and below freezing temperatures, it's going to kind of be a big shock for us. Below freezing for the first time in a while.
You know, there's a grill right out there on the patio.
All right, I'll get my apron.
You will get no complaints from anybody here around here as long as you share, for sure. Final sports note.
Well, our MIAA baseball teams came home last week. Now this weekend, it's time for the softball teams to come home to have their home openers. Hopefully it's a little bit warmer than expected.
All right, very good. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.